All right, and welcome to Third Power Life podcast. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about one of my favorite concepts um, in the AI world and kind of in the bridges with the self improvement world. And because I talk a lot about how AI is here to reinforce our humanity, to make us more human. That's the whole humanity amplified theme. And one of the core tenets of that is defining machine work versus meaning work. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And the reality is that AI is supposed to make our lives easier, make our lives better. It's supposed to, again, amplify our humanity. The challenge is that we don't spend a lot of time defining what AI should do and what AI should not do. And the reality is that, in the broadest sense, AI should be doing the machine work and the humans, should be doing the meaning work. So what does this actually break down into? So machine work, that is stuff like cataloging emails, that is, doing progress reports, that is doing, you know, research into like what your customers need and what the your competition is doing. It is creating spreadsheets. It's collating data, all that stuff that just, when you think about your work and your life, it's the stuff that just it sucks, right? It's the stuff that would be better off if you had somebody to do it for you so that you could focus on what's really important. And that leads us to the meaning work, right? So it's your relationships, it's having conversations, it's actually connecting with people, it's doing the stuff that is the human has to do, right? It's taking care of yourself, working out, painting, doing creative pursuits. That is what we are supposed to do, and what fills our souls, right? So much of our modern life is drudgery and, doing corporate stuff, work stuff, and we don't get enough time for what we actually want to do in our lives, right? You know, there was a great program that I listened to many, many years ago. It was from David White, who was a British poet, and he talked about soul in the workplace and used the poem of Beowulf as kind of the vehicle for it. It was a really interesting program. But I remember vividly when he said this one part that, as human beings, we want this broad experience of life, right? We want the hot and the cold and the sad and the happy I mean, our souls want a full, vibrant life. And the workplace, our jobs, our businesses, ask this very narrow sliver of what it is to be human, right? And yet, through that narrow straw, will suck your entire life essence away. And I remember when he said that, I still get chills. I got chills, right? Because it's such a vivid explanation of the corporate world and the business world. Is like it wants everything that you will give it, but only through this narrow lens. And as human beings, we want more than that. We want to be with our kids. We want to do art and read and all of those things that make us human. And for me, technology has always been, there's this unspoken promise that, or directly spoken promise, that technology is going to make our lives better. It's going to give us time back so that we can do the things that are important. And in general, that has not been the case. If anything, technology, the internet, all of that actually took time from us. We spend more and more time doing stuff that's not really fulfilling. And my hope, and that's why I talk so much about this, is that AI has the opportunity to free us up to do those things that we really want to do, but only if we do it intentionally and on purpose. And that's why the machine work and the meaning work are so critically important to understand that concept. Because the reality is there are things that you can automate with AI that are meaning work, right? It sending, every, communication that you do, have an AI do that. Some of it can help, but some of it should not. You don't want AI replying to your wife or your children. Okay. That's for you, right? You don't want AI doing all of your, social media and all of your interactions with your clients and your relationships and all of that. That needs to be protected, and that stays with you, right? There was a great meme I saw quite a while back, but it was, I wanted AI to do the laundry and dishes so that I would have time to do the art and writing, not for AI to do all the art and writing so I have time for dishes and laundry, right? And it's that kind of concept that we really need to be looking at. So in our world, whether it's personal, business, corporate job, wherever you are, what are the things that technology, that artificial intelligence, that systems can do that are the machine work, and let the machines do the machine work? And what are the things that I should be doing, that I need to be doing more of, that are meaning work, right? One of my favorites is, I was helping a client, and, showed him how to do some of the automation stuff, especially around email. That's always been the big one for me, right? Um, and they were like, this saved me 10 hours a week easy. And I'm like, great. Now, what are you going to do with that 10 hours? And they're like, well, I've got these other reports. I'm like, all right, you want to pretend it's like you got a bonus money. Half of it goes in savings and half you get to spend on whatever you want to. So take 5 of those hours, and sure, do some more reports, do some more busy work, knock yourself out. But 5 of those hours have to go into your relationship. It's, take your wife on a date. It's, talk to your kids, call your parents, do some art, go work out, do something with that 5 hours that improves your life and improves your soul. And they were like, I hadn't thought of it, right? And that's the challenge, is like, in our society right now, there's so much push to achieve, achieve, achieve. And, the reality is that the world does not need you to be more efficient and productive. It needs you to be more present. Okay. So use the tools, use the systems, use the technology to get back your time and protect that. Be present, be human, because that is what we're here to do. Is, what is your superpower? What is our superpower? And share that with the world. Don't just do more busy work. Find a way to share yourself, to amplify your humanity, and show the world who you really are. That's what I want out of this. So the machine work versus the meaning work. Figure out in your world, what should the machines do, and what can you and only you really do? And let's focus on that, because that is how we live our life to the third power. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe. It really helps the channel. And makes me feel good. So I appreciate you listening, as always. Please comment, where are the things in your world, what would you like the machine work to be? What would you like the meaning work to be, have more of in your life? And Let's talk about it. All right. Until next time, my friends.